What's up, YouTube? It's your boy J Will back again, here to do some pitcher projections. Today is Monday, September 29th, but we're doing the projections for tomorrow for the playoffs. Tuesday, September 30th. Uh, there's four games, including the matchup of the day, the Red Sox versus the Yankees. You got Crochet versus Fried. Should be a good one. All these games are bangers. Our top five pitcher K's playing today. Coming in at number one, Garrett Crochet in Boston, 255. Number two, Tarik Skubal in Detroit with 241. Number three, Nick Pivetta in San Diego with 190. Number four, Max Fried with the Yankees, 189. And coming in at number five, you got Gavin Williams in Cleveland with 173. Before we get into yesterday's projections and picks, I'm going to ask you to like, comment, subscribe. It's only one way to get my picks. Join the YouTube executive tier. Link in the description. All right, let's get to it. To review, um, what was the percentage here? Oh, damn, I didn't do it here. But as you see, um, we only had three sellers. For the projections that I put out, it was only 10 games at the time. But like I said, three sellers. I faded Cabrera and he went over. Uh, Peralta, what happened? He only had three. Um, but what I do know what happened is they saved him for the playoffs. They like, all right, they took him out the game. Bad read on my part. I should have known better. It was the last game of the season. They already clinched. I was like, damn, when I saw he was pitching, so my bad. And Oviedo, I thought he would go over, but he didn't. Um, So yeah, Peralta killed the pick six. Everything else was looking great. The Bradish call was good. Simeon Woods Richardson did his job. Brad Lord, I told you about McKay Brown, or McKay Brown. What was that, bro? And the Manea pick. Nice picks, but it don't matter when we didn't win. So same thing with the pick of the day. Peralta, they took him out after two innings. He got three Ks in two innings. Had he just had one more inning, bro, he'd have got over. But we live and we learn. Um, who was the ass of the day? It was Peralta. Two innings pitched, three hits, one run, one earned run, no walks, three Ks, and one home run. Freddie Peralta, as of the day. Coming in at pitcher of the day, we got Simeon Woods Richardson. Six innings pitched, one hit, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, nine Ks, no home runs. He had a hell of a day. Simeon Woods Richardson, pitcher of the day. My pick of the day, I'm coming in with Gavin Williams over against the Tigers, 5.5. He should get six easy. And same thing with Max Fried. He should easily get six against Boston. Um, so playoff edition. It's only four games, so it's the pick four. You know, um, Skubal, he's going over. Pivetta going over. Crochet going over, and Snell is going over. I know. Y'all like, what the fuck? Everybody's going over. Yes, they are. We're gonna get into my whys, so let's get to it. Um, so pick of the day, I said Gavin Williams over. Um, we'll get into Gavin Williams. Let's check him out. Let's break out the concern list. Um, my concerns for Gavin Williams, his walks. Um, That's really it. His earned run's not too bad. 4 hits, you know. The home runs, though, is a concern. Like he's giving up one every other game. He's not streaking, but it's something to look out for. He's a 6 inning guy, and I don't like his walks. Um, as you see in his last 5 games, he hit this line 4 out of 5 times. Uh, I'm gonna just go straight to head, and just look at this. Okay, he's giving you at least 5. Why is this line at 5.5? I don't know. But there you go. Slam dunk the over. Look at the recent starting pitchers versus the Tigers. It's all green. And with that one red, it's at 5. So come on, man. And we look at his innings pitched. He's going 6 innings, right? This is for their playoff lives. He will be in the game 6 innings. He will get 6 Ks. Slam dunk the over. Let's go to Max Fried. His line is also at 5.5. As we are already on the head-to-head, as you see here, he's covered this line every time. 3 times this year, 1 time last year. Let's look at his last 5 games. It looks really good. You see, with it's like at least 5. He had the 4 Ks against Toronto, but that's Toronto. You know what I mean? Boston, though, Boston is looking good on the strikeouts as far as, you know what I mean? The last month, they're not striking out that much. But let's go to the head to head. And if we go to the head to head, he's covered it every time. Like I said, so head to head, last 5 looks good. My concerns with Fried, his hits and the walks. If you see here in his last 5 games, we go on his hits and yeah, see, he maybe righted the ship these last 2 games, but you see this 9 and 6 and 9 by Boston, you know what I mean? That's a concern. So they can get to him. And his walks, he's giving you at least one, you know, that's always been a concern with Fried, is those walks. But he gets the Ks. So um if you look at his pitch count, you look at this, you see 7 innings. He's going more than 6. Okay. So I really like him to get 6 Ks. We look at recent starting pitchers versus Boston, and we put his, and we see a lot of red. There's a lot of red, but in some of the red, we see some 5s. And in the green, we see Cater Montero, Casey Mize, Kevin Gossman, Joe Boyle, and Max Fried. He's right along the lines of those guys who are able to get the Ks on Boston. And like I said, they head to head. So there we go. Pick of the day. For the pick 4 playoff edition. There we go. Skubal, Pivetta, Crochet, Snell. How can I fade any one of these guys, right? You look at this list. This is like the best of the best, bro. And this is the playoffs. So how can I fade them? And how can I think that they're just gonna go some safe ass number? I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It could be many pies to the face, but I don't think so. So let's go. Scooble, right? We just went over this, right? We just went over this. They played Cleveland like what, like 9 times, 6 times at least, bro, in the past 2 weeks. So like we get a good idea of what it's gonna be like with Skubal facing Cleveland. And you see here, I got it on the head to head, and he's covered his line, which is 7.5. He covered it, you know, what's that, 3, 4, 5 out of 7 times. So, and other than that, he's giving you at least 6. Okay. What were my concerns with Skubal? Let's check him out. It's probably what they always were. Is right lately is his, hits and let's see, Skubal. Okay. Past couple games, it's always been his walks, but he seemed to, you know, everything else is decent now. Earned runs is not too bad, not giving up home runs too much. He's definitely a 6 inning guy. And with our playoff lives on the line, he'll be in there 7 innings. I guarantee you. But let's see if he get his walks under control. That's always been my, thing with him. Um, as you see, the earned runs is good. He's not really giving up home runs, but it's these damn walks, especially these last 2 games. We can't have this in the playoffs. You know what I mean? We can't. So hopefully he get this shit together. I'm slightly worried, but not. As you look here, there's a lot of red, but you just look in the green, you got Jack Leiter. There goes Tarik. Tarik again. Casey Mize. You know what I mean? Tigers, no Cleveland. They got the pitchers to get it done. He gets it done. As you look at his innings pitched, you see 7, 9, 7, 7. He's gonna go 7 innings. I guarantee you. Okay. So once again, slam dunk over Tarik Skubal. All right. Next up, who we got? We got Nick Pivetta. Um, Hold on, let's see. Green check. Pivetta versus the Cubs. Let's check them out. His line is at 4.5, surprisingly. So we already got it on the head-to-head. Most recent outing was in April, early in the season. He went 6 innings, got 6 Ks, 1 earned run, 4 hits, no home runs with a walk. We look at his last 5 games. He hit this line 5 out of 5 times. What was my concerns with Nick? Let's check it out. Nicky boy is pretty bad. Earned runs too high for my liking. He's giving up hits. Home runs, watch out for that. He is a 5 inning plus guy. I do like that. And he's giving up at least one walk. So as you see this, this is nice right here. You see all this green, and then we look behind the veil, and it's like, oh, it's nasty, bro. So Pivetta gives me concerns. You see these hits? He gives me concerns. And same thing for home runs. 3 out of 5 last 5 games, he's given up home runs. His pitch count. I see 5 innings. I see a 6, 7 here. Ooh, I think he'll go 6, being that it's not just a regular season game and they're trying to win. It's the playoffs, right? So, and these walks, the walks could be a problem. But all that being said, his strikeouts is looking good. That over 4.5, bro. And we look at recent starting pitchers, and there's a lot of red here. But when we look at the green, I see Nolan McLean, Nick Lodolo, Hunter Green, Paul Skeens, Drew Rasmussen, Shane Baz, Chris Sale, Spencer Strider, Bryce Elder. Is he as good as those guys? He's like right there, what I mean? Like he may not be better than some of them, but he is, right there with the others. So why not? I look at his head to head. Why not, bro? I also look at the Cubs, and it's, they're like middle of the pack, bro. It's not like they're not striking out and just, you know what I mean? But it's the playoffs. We'll see. I think he gets it done. Nick Pivetta over. Next up, we got Crochet. He's the most, I'd say, one of the most consistent pitchers in the league. But this guy is super sweaty, man. Like he'll have you sweating it out, bro, but he'll get it done. Uh, what were my concerns with Crochet? Let's check it out. Like I said, it's sweaty, bro. The earned runs, the hits, he's been giving up home runs lately in every game, the past five. That's concerning. But he's in that game 6, 7 innings. Okay. Crochet. And I don't see that changing, you know. Bitter rival. You couldn't ask for anything more. Uh, that game is gonna be so good, bro. Like, uh, I'm excited for the playoffs. Like this is my first year, like really heavy into baseball. So, like, yeah, let's go. So as we see, we put his line at 7.5. And look at this shit. He's giving you at least 7 against the Yankees. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. We look at his last 5 games, 6 against Toronto, 9 Tampa, 12 against the Yankees, 10 against Oakland. We look at, let's go back to that head to head, and we see a lot of red here. But in that green, we see Kyle Bradish, Simeon Woods Richardson, Crochet, and that's it. So he's an elite pitcher. Okay. Um, last 5 games, line at 7.5. Um, like I said, let's look at his earned runs. 3, 3, 7. These 2 games, none, but it could be a concern. His hits, I think he got it under control. That 9, skewing his average. Home runs, though. Look at this. It's not the fact that he gave up a home run a couple games ago. It's when he give up one, he's gonna give up two. That's a problem. That's a concern, bro. So it's definitely a concern. Pitch count, 6 innings plus. Look at this. 6, 7, 7. You even got an 8 through in there. It's great. His walks, it's not so bad. So we go back to the strikeouts and the over 7.5. We go back to the head to head. And I don't know. I like it, especially in a playoff scenario, you know. Um, and also when I see here, when I look at this red, the innings pitched of those guys, any guys that's pitching 6 innings, you know, it's getting a good amount of Ks here. So that also made me say, you know, you can look past that red because those guys didn't go 6 innings. Crochet's going to go 6. So 6 or more. Crochet over. Let's go. And last but not least, Blake Snell. I got him going over against Cincinnati. Slam dunk, bro. Like we could stop the video right here. But all right, here we go. Let's take a look at my concerns for Snell. And they were his walks. Earned runs, 2 is not bad. 4 hits, it's around average. Could be lower. Not really giving up home runs. 5 innings plus guy. I don't like his walks. So let's check it out. Snell, his line is at 6.5. We already have it on the head to head. And as you see, last year when he was with San Fran, He went 9 innings and put 11 on them. No earned runs, no hits, no home runs, 3 walks, but fucking 11 Ks. That's awesome. We look at his last 5 games: 5 against Arizona, 12 against Philly, 11 Colorado, 6 Pitt, 8 Arizona. Earned runs, not so much. He had some bad games here with Arizona and Pittsburgh, but ever since then, he got it under control. Hits could be a concern. We had that blip with Pittsburgh, but 5 with Arizona. Like I said, that could be a concern. Home runs, not so much. Pitch count, 5 innings plus. Um, I think that the fact that it's the playoffs, he'll go 6. You know, his walks is a concern. He's given up 2 a game. He gave up just 1 in his last one, but it's a concern. Um, so yeah, line is at 6.5. We look here, recent starting pitchers. It's a lot of red, but once again, the innings are not 6. And when we see 6 innings, we see green. We got Skeens, Oviedo, Colin Rea, Nick Pivetta, Yu Darvish, Brandon Sproat. Is Snell as good as those guys? I think he is, you know. So there you have it. How can you fade? How can you fade him? Where's Cincinnati at on the strikeouts? There they go, 14th, middle of the pack. I feel good about it, and we'll see. They're all going to be some hype ass games. So, you know, um, like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna have some spicy picks whipped up for the playoffs. It's gonna be nice. Um, join the YouTube executive tier, link in the description. All right, y'all, it's the playoffs. So let's do it. Good luck, and most importantly, let's get this money.